All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. I got another video here for you. As usual, I just want to thank anybody watching my videos, subscribes to my channel. Really appreciate it. I haven't been doing this that long. I am going to be making some upgrades to the channel in the coming months. Hopefully some video and some graphic stuff. I know it's needed. I deal with a lot of numbers, and I have been looking into that. So hopefully, here in the coming months, it'll be maybe a little more visually pleasing. You don't have to look at an old guy in a shipping office, throwing numbers around at you. But anyway, I appreciate all the interaction and everything in the comments. Excellent. There's a good group of people who regularly watch my videos, and I got a decent amount of new people that are coming in. So again, I thank you guys. So what I was taking a look at was kind of an interesting topic to me. Now, my top 25 is obviously not going to be the same as many other people's. The order or the players themselves. There's players that are, probably just outside of it that you might have in it, or vice versa. And that's fine, I'm not going to argue with anybody's ranking, unless it's something ridiculous. I'm just not. But what I was taking a look at is, how did the top 25 players, at least on my list, do when they played other top 25 players? I don't think I've ever seen anybody do something like this. So I'll just start right out with it. Number 25, Nikola Jokic. Jokic in 2020 lost to the Lakers 4-1, had LeBron on it. 2022 lost to Steph Curry 4-1. I know he had an injury on his team. Jamal Murray was hurt and all that, but he took the loss nonetheless. 23, his team beat Phoenix that had KD 4-2. And in 23, swept the Lakers that had LeBron, and 24 beat them 4-1. So all told, Nikola Jokic won 3 out of 5 series when he played a top 25 player. The individual games, he was 14-11. So I think that's, pretty good. Giannis doesn't have much at all, because he only has ever played, at least in my top 25, he played Kevin Durant in the 2021 Eastern semifinals, and they won 4-3. That's it. So he's 1-0, 4-3 game total, but to me, that's just not a lot of, it's not a lot. I know it's not his fault. You play who's in front of you, but it just isn't. There's other players got a lot more. Elgin Baylor, I won't go through every series because he played, Boston a lot. He played the Hawks a few times. But all told, Elgin Baylor was 2-10 in the series. He won 2 out of 12. Individual games 30-44, which is at least somewhat respectable, considering he only won 2 out of 12 series. Number 22, David Robinson. Now Robinson played 10 series. He played Kevin Garnett a couple times, played the Lakers a bunch, played Utah 3 times, played Olajuwon once, I think. All told, he won 4 out of 10 series, individual games of 21 and 27. Now he did play 4 times. He had to play 2 players that had top 25, and that probably would have been the Lakers almost every time, I'm guessing. And he was 2-2 against those. So I thought that was, pretty good. Number 21, Bob Pettit. He won 5 out of 11 series with an individual game record of 32-35, which really isn't that bad considering he had Jerry West and Elgin Baylor for about the second half of his career, and he was dealing with, Boston, Russell and all that for a lot of his career. Number 20, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant won 5 out of 11 series. An individual game, though, he had a winning record of 33-30, but ultimately he has a losing record in the series against top 25 players. Number 19, Kevin Garnett. He played 11. He won 3 out of 11. The individual game was 25-36, somewhat respectable considering he only won 3 out of 11. This one surprised me. Number 18, Karl Malone. Karl Malone played 14 series. That would have been David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Robinson and Duncan, Elijah Wan, Kobe and Shaq. He played Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan twice. He won 9 out of 14 series with an individual game record of 44 and 32. That's actually really good. Part of the reason I had Malone in there was when he played the upper echelon teams and players, he actually did pretty well until he got really old. Number 17, George Mikan. Believe it or not, he played one series, and that was against St. Louis Hawks, who had Bob Pettit, and he lost. That was his last season in 1956. Mikan was just a shell of himself. He took off. He retired in 55, came back in 56, just to get beat in the semifinals to St. Louis 2-1. So Mikan lost his only series that he ever played. Number 16, Oscar Robertson. He won 2 out of 8 series, and he was 17 and 24. He had Russell, he had Wilt, he later had Wilt and Jerry West. He had to play twice, so he had very stiff competition, but ultimately he only won 2 out of 8. And Oscar Robertson almost always had a very good, at least one teammate, if not multiple, like Jack Twyman and Jerry Lucas, and later with Bob Dandridge and Kareem. So just saying, Oscar, he had a very good individual career, but team-wise, he underwhelmed. Number 15, Steph Curry. He only played 8 series. He won 5 out of 8. The teams he lost to was the 2016 finals, lost to LeBron James in Cleveland. He lost to the Lakers in 2023, LeBron James, and then in 2013, he would have lost to Tim Duncan in 6 games there. His individual game record of 27 and 19, pretty good. Number 14, Moses Malone. He won 2 out of 6 series, an individual game record of 11 and 17. Most of the time, he was at a disadvantage, except for the 83 team, which was a juggernaut. Number 13, Jerry West, another one that was at a disadvantage until the 70s, basically. He won 2 out of 10 series, an individual game record of 27 and 36, which isn't bad considering. Number 12, Dr. J. He won 4 out of 8, so he was 4-4 in the series, but a winning record individual game of 24 and 22. Number 11, LeBron James. LeBron James played 16 series. He won 7 of them. His individual game record, 38 and 50 against top 25 players. Take that for what it's worth. Shaq did about the same. He won 7 out of 15. Individual game record of 33 and 42. So it's, okay. Duncan fared a little bit better. He won 8 out of 16, so he's 8 and 8. Individual game record of 42 and 41, so he at least won more than he lost. And he had stiff competition, no doubt about it. Keem Olajuwon, another guy who had some stiff competition at times. He won 7 out of 13 series for an individual game record of 33 and 27. I thought that was really good. He played, Utah twice. That would have been Karl Malone. Played Shaq twice. I think he split with him. Beat Magic twice. Lost to Magic twice. Lost to Larry Bird. Beat David Robinson. Split with Karl Malone. I mean, he had a great career. Very underrated career. Number 7, Wilt Chamberlain. We all know that he had the Boston problem. He won 5 out of 13 series, so he's 5 and 8. His individual game record is pretty respectable at 35 and 40. He lost a lot of 7-game series, I think 4 of them to Boston. Number 6, Larry Bird, who might have the best, did the best, aside from Russell. I'm sure we already know Russell's going to have a great record. Larry Bird won 8 out of 12 series, so he's 8 and 4. Individual game record of 39 and 27. He swept Malone in 80, lost to Dr. J in 80, beat Dr. J in 81, beat Malone in 81, lost to Dr. J in 82, beat the Lakers in 84, beat Philly in 85, lost the Lakers in 85. In 86, he beat Jordan and Olajuwon. In 87, beat Jordan, but lost to Magic. All right. Number 5, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem won 6 out of 11 series for an individual game record of 31-30. Pretty good. Number 4, Kobe Bryant. Kobe won 8 out of 13 series, so he's 8-5. Pretty good, but the game record is really close, 37-33. Hold on. All right, so yeah, Kobe had a pretty good record. He was, won 8 out of 13. I didn't include the 97 Jazz series because he was coming off the bench. He didn't play as much playing time. I did include the 98 one, though. But 8 out of 13, that's pretty good. A 37-33 individual game record, which, it's over 500. That's fine. Magic Johnson won 7 out of 12, similar to Kobe, for a 32-30 record. So, that's good. It's a winning record. Anytime you have a winning record against top 25 players, because you're not always going to have a loaded team, even though Magic, most of his career was a loaded team, let's face it. But, anytime you have a winning record, that's good. Number 2, Bill Russell, to nobody's surprise, it's ridiculous. He won 19 out of 21 series, 19-2. And the individual game record is 78-48. Just dominated everybody. He lost 2 series. I included the 58 finals, even though Russell was hurt for most of it, or just under half. He played about 55% of the series, I figured. But the other one was the 67 Philadelphia beat him. Number 1, Michael Jordan. He had a 4-3 record. That's it, only 7, because my top 25 isn't like other people's. An individual game record of 18-15. He played Boston in 86 and 87. He lost all 6 games of that. But then after that, he beat everybody other than the 95 Orlando when he came back from the baseball and all that. But he beat Karl Malone twice, swept Shaq in 96, and beat Magic in 5 and 91. Hold on. All right, so yeah, again, the top 25 lists are definitely subjective. I could have brought in, like Barkley was right on the cusp of being my top 25. Well, Jordan beat him 3 times. So, I could have made some adjustment and threw him in there and get an extra 3 wins, and I think he beat him 4-1, 4-1, and 4-2. That would have been 12 wins to 4 losses on the individual game, but, I kept it legitimate how it is. Isaiah Thomas is another one that was right around my top 30. He was 1-3 against him, but if you combine Barkley and Isaiah together, he had a winning record against him. So anyway, it is what it is. You include more top 40, 50, whatever. Obviously, Jordan's record goes up, and up. No doubt about it. But that's where he stands, and that's how it is. And like I said, I feel like Larry Bird, did about as good as anybody, really. He won 8 out of 12 series, and he was playing Moses Malone, Dr. J. These aren't just top 25 players. These are, top 15 players. Olajuwon, Jordan, Magic and Kareem. He had to play him, 3 times? So you could even say, I think every one of these guys that Bird played was top 15 players. So, Bird did good against them overall, and Duncan was 500, Shaq was under 500, LeBron under 500, Olajuwon was over, so anyway, that's probably going to do it for this video. I thought it was very interesting to see how everybody compares. And again, this is another one of those angles too that I didn't know where it leads. And it doesn't shine Michael Jordan in a great light. I mean, sure, he won 4 out of 7 series. He had a winning record individual game-wise. But it's not like he dominated. Obviously Bill Russell dominated. But, another one that LeBron James won 7 out of 16. So he was 7-9 against top 25 players. And an individual game record of 38-50. That's not very good. I don't know, that's what, like 41% or something like that? It's not very good. So, anyway, that's about it for this video. I'd love to hear what anybody has to say in the comments about it. I tried to read as many as I can if I have the time. And your input is, definitely welcome and needed. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.